Okay, in theory that's working. Oh, my chat box is a bit thick. Hold on. Let me lower that slightly. And then raise that up. And lower that a little bit. There we go. That's probably good. Let me just do a
They
test
said
one.
nautical. Jez's mom was a nautical? That means, like,
Uh,
worked in the water?
Perfect.
Specifically, the term scuttlebutt is a nautical term.
Does that mean worked in the water or worked, like...
Well,
Get in the
she
water.
mentions that it's associated with, folks on boats, and as a result, she said that probably spent a while in, then couldn't figure out the words, then gestured outwardly and just said some other place. At the time, she just was probably coming up with some sort of term for another nation across the water, but
Whoa.
that's not exactly something they need to think about with any regularity at Strav, hence the inability to remember any of the details.
Ah,
That's fair.
that's interesting. There must be a lot of nasty stuff in the water.
Oh, that's
All
a
right.
person who wasn't always in Strav.
Yeah. And then she just
Then,
decided to settle down.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
takes a certain kind of person to choose Strav over everywhere else.
I wonder why.
Alrighty. Hello and welcome, dear patrons, to the Tables of Tartarus, a chapter of Purgatory Corner. Today our storyteller is Corin, and we are going to be continuing the tale of Jumpchain. Re-Jumpchain, terminal season. RWBY, basically. Come on in, take seats, and let your imagination run free. It's been a little while since done that intro, but Corin, feel free to take the floor.
You'd think with how many sessions that we've had, you'd have a handle on that opening by now, but, you
Yeah,
know,
you'd think.
chime.
It's not
But
like it's the
welcome,
same opening every time or anything, you know?
welcome back everyone to RWBY Terminal Season, where once again we are finding ourselves within the forests of Strav. But this time, rather than just being near the outskirts, rather than being hunted by all sorts of unspeakable beasties like doppelgangers or old hunters or clowns, instead, y'all are on the hunt this time around. As you continue to go closer and closer to the heart of Strav, the target location that you're supposed to go for the challenge that was issued to you by your patron.
Ooh.
During the interim, there were some attempts to gather all sorts of information, a bit about Strav, a bit about the mystery letter that Jackalope got in a dream from a man with a hand wrapped in a golden capsule. But whatever the case may end up being as towards that, the main focus right now is all of you charging further and further in. A quick reminder is that while everyone's more or less doing fine, just at the same health pools that they were previously at, the one exception to this is that Hunter is currently afflicted with a status effect, which is to say, having just proceeded to have a whole bunch of drums put into your body, including through your stabbed gums, due to some unfortunate incidents with some spiders, you are a little more hyper than you can handle. There is a chance, not going to guarantee anything, but there's a chance that by the time this session ends, you will lose control of your character for a turn or two as something happens as a response to
Oh,
your unfortunate doping.
You know, fair, fair.
oh, excited to see what Oh, wait, no. Don't shoot anybody, Hunter. I'm fucking scared. This would not be
Oh,
the first time.
don't worry, I've only shot, what, 5 people now?
Look, I want
Yeah,
to
but
trust
Lynn,
you.
Yeah, but Lynn's been like 3 of those people.
I want to trust you. You're
Yeah.
just making it really hard.
but right now, all of you are rushing in. And at the moment, it's early into the night. Night has only just fallen, and the hunt is quick and it is easy to start. They mentioned it was Granny mentioned that the night always starts out like this. That usually they make a very strong push near the start of the night in order to get as deep as possible before doubling back and go making a wider spread in order to wipe out a huge swath on either side on their way back. So it's no surprise that I'm not going to make you roll on a lot of the hunting at the moment. You all
Mhm.
managed to cut a dervish through these walls of Grim. If there's any particular maneuvers or cool things you'd like to do against some Grim, feel free to let me know now, because this is a good moment to just describe cool shit.
I'm pretty sure my character is just going fucking crazy.
You're feral, dude. You are sprinting into the heart of things in a way that you never would have when you were hunting dinos and things like that. You are ripping, you are tearing, you are swinging wildly. There is just a feverish pitch to the
I'm
way
just
that you are
bear
tearing through
hugging
everything.
everything I see. I'm jumping on shit. I'm slamming into it. I'm squishing them so hard they explode.
Yeah. You have a lot of power behind your moves, enough that it considerably outmatches all of the Strav hunters around you, who then proceed to only get more fervent and make up for their lack of strength in viciousness, we'll say, brutality. The way that they rip and tear is a lot more visceral than how you do it, but you have the higher body count, so at this point, you know who's winning. Lynn, as I recall, you were actually staying largely out of the fight and providing more of a support role, flying through the air and using gravity to help people. Is that still accurate?
Yeah, she was doing that and kind of watching over the people, making sure nobody's taking any hard knockbacks and catching them. And if any straggling, like Grim, that are either flying around or um, yet to come or incoming. She's doing this kind of thing with her gravity, like a wave motion, trying to disorient them by pulling them and then pushing them, and then in a disorienting type of wave, like an ocean, so that other hunters can catch on to that.
All right, yeah, making basically gravity waves across the sky. It causes this almost visual ripple across the air that the Grim,
Ooh.
they end up being thrown out of alignment. Some of them collapse all the way to the ground where the hunters can easily reach them. Other times, there's the roar of firearms, sounding more like archaic flintlocks more often than not. Weapons that they don't live up to the level that your weapons do. But given how frequently you're hearing the guns go off and the almost perfect accuracy on so many of them, even on the ones in the air, but especially on the ones that you're destabilizing, it's clear that they are making up for it by taking every advantage they can of your assistance.
So cool.
As, as a question, how close to the canopy, the upper levels of the branches that block the sky, how close are you getting to that?
Oh, is anyone telling me to not go above the trees?
No one has said not to thus far.
I kind of had a bad. I think I've been spotted by things flying in the air above the canopies before. I'll stay below the canopies, but not too close, so that I'll have a wait time if something tries to fall on me or something.
Okay. Keeping a good healthy distance is a good idea. Now, the next question I have is Jackalope, Katie, which
Yeah.
of you would like to describe the shenanigans that you're undergoing?
I'm gonna look at Katie because Jackalope is just the horse right now.
All right, then, Katie. As you may recall, it was the piggyback of Doom as you're currently on his back, firing weapons into the. It's not really an incoming army. Most of them are trying to escape the onslaught and wave of power that all of you represent in order to fight your way through and punch a hole towards the heart. What are you doing on while being piggybacked by Jackalope?
I think I feel like using ice shots today.
Oh.
I want to see like how much I can do with like freezing them.
Okay. You are able to, shoot a lot of them and freeze them in place. Sometimes you're freezing entire chunks of their body solid, only for them to get struck and broken open in explosions of glassy ice by the others. Sometimes they're kept in place long enough that anyone can basically rip into it. At one point, you manage to freeze one of them in place, and Jackalope just tramples it underneath and just basically crushes parts of its body while continuing his charge clean over the Grim.
I hate to do this, but sometimes you just gotta do what you just gotta do. Pew 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 pew. Because I'm trying to. I don't know what I've got with in terms of grenades, but I feel like ice grenades could be really cool. I don't know if you can mix that with glitter. You make glittery ice?
Honestly,
Oh.
diamond dust is like powdered ice and things like that in the air after it breaks apart enough. That's basically the glitter of nature.
Friendship snow cones.
Oh goodness. Yes.
Owen.
Yeah. Through the power of your team up ultimate, you're able to shred your way alongside it. And the path that you all cut is almost staggering. The rate at which you are plowing through this forest is incredible. But the deeper you go into the forest, the more it seems to slope down. But the trees stay the same height they always were. And the canopy just starts to get further and further away from the ground troops. And Lynn, if you're staying relatively at the same height, you're noticing the ground is just getting further and further away. The trees just get taller as you sink into this ocean of tree.
Wow.
Now, Lynn, do you want to get closer to your party, or do you stay relatively high up? Most of the Grim seem to be staying away from the canopy itself. They seem to want to keep a healthy distance between them and the roof.
Oh, interesting. Um, yeah, then if they're kind of being wary about it, then I'll go down a little bit as well.
Understood. You get closer to the rest of the group, and even though it's probably only been about 10-ish minutes, you can tell that a good number of the soldiers are already starting to flag. A couple of them are looking a bit more confused than anything else, seemingly distracted. Lynn, you spot the one that you met before at the party that you helped out earlier at the end of last session. Her name was Lila. Spotting her, you can tell that she seems to be walking unsteadily, almost like you'd used your gravity to destabilize her, but you're definitely not doing that.
Oh. I will take a quick look around the whole group, and then after, if that's okay, then I will go down and try to talk to her, see if she's
Okay.
okay.
I will ask you now to roll a sense.
Whoop.
You're no longer in shallow waters, and I will start requesting rolls from here forward.
Oh, nice
That
first roll.
that right there is a critical success.
Yay.
You're looking around the area, and before you can even think to bank down there, you see in the distance a shadowed figure. The canopy in the you can tell that the trees where they are, it's probably about 80 feet tall. Not the tallest, tree in the world, but the problem here is that the person's head reaches about halfway up the tree, and you can tell they're sitting down.
Oh.
Fingers, shadowed fingers pluck at the air, and you can see odd shapes move out of it, and not with your own eyes, but with your enhanced supernatural vision, those shapes seem to wash over some of the soldiers, and they start looking dazed, disorientated. Some of them lose their balance. Some of them seem to be carrying themselves like they weigh far more than they should. It's starting to create some strife inside of the overall formation.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot with my sniper with the little umbrella as a little shield,
Okay,
and right into its eyes.
because you rolled a critical on locating it, I'm going to go ahead and have you both roll your dex and add an additional bonus dice.
Ooh. I wonder if it got updated to 4 dice for this roll. I don't know.
Do you have 4 dexterity?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay, and go ahead and add 1d6 for the bonus dice. It replaces your lowest roll. In this case, as long as you don't roll a 1, you pass.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 2 degrees of success.
Hey, she was like, not today, not with these people.
Your shot rings out. It makes the flintlock sounding rifles sound like nothing compared to the echoing boom of your high powered sniper rifle. It slams into the head of the creature as you watch it tumble down to the ground. All of the shapes that had previously been plucking with its fingers immediately disappear, but you can instead see shapes tumbling from what appears to be its mouth. You wouldn't describe them as sounds. You can hardly even describe them as vibrations. But there is something inside of you, inside of your senses, that's able to pick up on this weird flow of matter that tells you you do not want to be hit directly by these sensations pouring out of its mouth.
Oh.
Everyone else in the party, you're able to tell that from the sound of the gun as well as where it's shot and the loud crash of it collapsing, exactly where this target is located.
Uh, should I go ahead and call out? I'll just call out and say, watch out for this 60-foot tall group. Wait, what?
The 80-foot tall trees, it was sitting
Oh,
down and
sitting in
its
it.
head reached 40 feet,
Okay.
suggesting that it's probably closer to 80 feet tall. But given the Grimm are staying away from the heights, there might be some implications. So
Oh. There's a weird flow of matter, some type of vibrations. Don't get hit by it. It makes you disoriented. Watch out for your teammates.
Why?
yeah, you have all been instructed to avoid whatever this particle thing is.
Can I, now that I recognized it, can I take a closer look out specifically for those things as well as just
You can,
keeping over the group?
absolutely. Notably, though, they are still invisible. So other people
Yeah.
can't really see it. If they make a sense roll to see it, it will be at a penalty. They can make the roll because you're providing assistance, but penalty because they can't see.
Right.
In the meantime, I'm going to count that as like a surprise round just so that I don't have to rework the turn order.
Yay!
Jackalope is at the top of the turn,
Alright.
which means
Well,
that you could totally ferry Katie that way, or
we're
do
fighting.
something else if you like.
I mean, Jack's just gonna ask Katie, you want to go see what she shot at?
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be an immediate pivot from Jackalope on the spot towards that direction.
All right. Jack's
Oh.
fast, and you start sprinting your way there. I will have you roll a speed roll to see how quickly you get there, just to determine whether or not you have some folks around you that go with you, that keep up with you, or things like that. 2 degrees of success. Nah, you're leaving all them
Whoa.
hunters in the dust.
Damn.
Katie, you can taste the air as it rushes past your hair. It runs through your hair, pushes your face back. It's just so much force moving so quickly all at once. You are practically right in front of the thing now.
Onwards, noble steed.
And since you
Goodness.
two are basically partnered, Jack, you could sacrifice your attack action to give it to Katie if you like.
Oh, absolutely. Given Jack is actually, given he's probably holding her legs on his back so she doesn't fall off.
Yeah.
He doesn't have free hands at the moment.
Then Katie, you can use the rest of Jackalope's action. What would you like to do?
Okay. Alright, this is a difficult one. Okay, so what exactly am I looking at here?
Well, now that you're close enough to see it, you can tell that this is some sort of gaunt, emaciated Grimm. Its entire body is reminiscent of another one that you'd seen before. Very thin, very tall, but these ones, the hands, they aren't as thin, they aren't as wiry. Now this one, instead, it seems like it's almost got thick hands, heavy, weighty, as opposed to every other part of its body that seems to be this outrageously thin, almost bony structures. The mask on its head only seems to form the upper half of a skull, the no jaw clearly in sight, and yet there's still this gaping hole inside of the area underneath the teeth that suggests something akin to a mouth, at least.
That is terrifying. And then not with this ambient music in the background, bro. I don't like this. You turn this shit off.
Oh, you need to send me that ambient music so I can listen to it as well.
This is not
Viewers won't be
great.
able to hear too in case of copyright issues, but I want it. I want to hear it.
Oh, this is horrible.
I love it.
Spooky. I like it. All right,
Yeah.
can I use abyssal cuties to try and get a vibe check?
Absolutely. Go ahead and wait. I was about to say yes, but that was you using Jackalope's action, not you on your turn.
Oh.
But keep that in mind because your turn will come up. For now, though, the next
Right.
person in the turn order is actually Lynn. You took one shot
Oh.
earlier during the surprise round, but you were originally planning on doing something else.
What
You were
was
going
I?
to swoop down. Yeah, you were planning on
Oh,
swooping
talk to
down to the
her.
rest of the group. Yeah.
Oh, to the group?
Yeah, well, group is in the group of hunters.
Oh, yes.
I wasn't clear.
I was going to go ahead and check on everybody, see if what I could do to like snap them out.
Yeah. Most of them seem to be snapping out of it pretty well. A couple of them are having more trouble. And as you touch down next to Lila, you can see there's something odd. You don't see any of the signs that she had been struck by the plucked matter. Instead, you can see just barely, this faint pink haze surrounding her eyes and a good chunk of her head alongside as she's starting to look around. And the sword in her hand, similar to a scimitar in nature, it seems to be shaking more than her hand is.
Uh, can I? I'll say, Leela, try to wake up. I'll clap, and then I'm going to use my gravity to try and. Can I try to tear away this haze around them?
Unfortunately, it doesn't have mass per se, so you can't use
Mm.
your gravity. But notably, when you do make the sound of like Leela snap out of it, wake up, she does seem to shake a bit and look at you, and you can see the haze starting to thin out. But
I'm
she's
gonna
not the
keep.
only one hazed.
Ooh, I'm. Oh shit.
You can see nearby a couple of others are hefting their weapons as well. And despite the fact that you could swear they were wielding swords earlier, instead it looks more like a gnarled, wicked axe in their hands. And two of them raise their axes up as though to attack their own allies, the pink haze over their eyes.
Oh crap. I'm gonna start clapping and shouting out to everybody who can listen nearby, saying, "Everybody, stop! Make a lot of noise. The people who are enchanted, maybe they could be controlled out of it by noise. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Does that call out all you do?
Oh man, what could even make a lot of noise? Can I
I
go
will.
ahead and
I will
just do a
suggest
shot?
just. I will suggest this just because it's something that I think Lynn would think of.
Mm.
The two of them that are raising their axes to attack their own allies, you could probably do something with your abilities to stop them from hitting their allies.
Oh, like move them up in the air or something, or get them away,
You could
or
do
move
that.
their weapon, because their weapon changed.
Yeah. Well, you tell me what you want to do.
Ooh, my instinctual reaction is to just try to help remove them so that they don't hurt anybody. Uh, no, can I try to tear away the weapon from them? Use the
Absolutely. Make
two
a
points.
semblance roll.
Yeah, let's try to tear it.
Yep.
Oh,
Two of them are
snap.
raising their weapons, and you can create two gravity bubbles outside of yourself.
Oi. Okay. Is there another one?
Um,
Is there an extra one?
you're using your semblance, so you should have because if you have 4 in supernatural, it should be 4 plus 1d6 bonus because of your skill with it.
Please. Yeah.
Hey.
All right, and
These
since a bonus
people.
dice replaces your lowest, that means you have 2 degrees of success, not 0.
Oh.
Both of the axes. Let's see, which direction are you pulling them in?
Upwards.
Okay. Both of the axes are ripped out of their hands, surging through the air, and you watch as they rapidly turn back into the regular swords. And the two people that held them, they don't seem too phased by this. They're still ready to attack the other people around them until two other clear-headed hunters tackle them to the ground, just start slapping them right in the face, and the haze rapidly disappears.
Oh. Well,
I mean,
okay, I'm gonna look back at Leela. Oh fuck.
Leela, when you shouted, you cleared up a bit of the haze, so she doesn't seem to be ready to attack you directly. But you shouting,
Shit.
it helps. But it seems like you could take it a little bit further if you wanted to wake her up faster.
Oh, I can't tackle her. Oh, fake. Can I harshly push her to the ground with gravity? I don't know. Oh shit. I don't know.
To the
But
ground,
also just slap
fool.
her upside the face.
Oh, slap her. Oh
You don't have
no.
to. If you would feel terrible slapping your new friend upside the face, you can
Oh.
always just pin her to the ground with gravity instead.
Could I like try to uh like kind of clap her in the ears a little bit, but like I'm gonna hug her first and be like, "Oh, sorry," and then clap her in the ears really loud, or does that work?
Are you talking like straight up Robert Downey Jr. discombobulate?
Like, put your just slap them but in the ear. Does that work?
Okay, well, cuffing them upside the ear. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what you mean. Yeah, you could absolutely do that. I won't make you make a roll because your goal isn't to deal actual physical damage here. As you cover upside the ear and the haze dissipates.
Gotta hit her as hard as possible.
Oh, she
If
kind of
that
winces.
if that were true, the haze wouldn't be gone.
Uh,
Okay,
Oh,
Lila,
great.
her eyes refocus and she looks at you, and you can tell the weapon is no longer shifting into an axe.
How are you feeling? Are you good? You're normal?
Yeah, I lost focus for a second there. That was weird.
Okay.
Thanks for that. Must have been one of them.
Yeah, it was some type of sensation that's doesn't have any matter to it. It's invisible. But I'll keep a watch over the group. If you see anybody become disoriented, make well, these guys just like tackled them, so make some sort of sense, because they'll try to attack other people.
Got it. Understood. And she immediately throws herself back into the fray.
I'm gonna keep watch over the group again.
Cool. And the two swords that went flying through the air, how
yeah.
good of your focus was up there while you were focusing on Lila?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know about that question.
Okay, well,
I know mathematics. Does it help that I know where they might be going?
I know the Palladian theorem.
I'm going to roll this. Hunter, high or low?
High.
Scatter.
That's low. 1, 2, and 3. But it's
Uh-oh.
only barely. Hunter, I'm going to have you make a dex roll before your turn starts.
Okay.
Save it.
That is a 4.
Oh yeah, you have really high dex.
Dang. Oh, good job.
There we go.
Hey.
With 1 degree of success, you are able to just barely pull yourself back and away as a sword slams into the ground right in front of you, very nearly taking your hair off in the process.
Considering his mind, he would probably look at whatever it is just throw that axe.
That would technically be Lynn.
Oh.
And it's a sword now.
How crazed is he is the question.
Well, that's a good question. Lynn just attacked you, and you know that doppelgangers are a thing, and you're not in your right mind.
Oh,
I'm gonna
come
go
on.
ahead and roll 2d6.
I'm so
So-
sorry.
You get -1 successes on your reasoning check, basically. So, what are you gonna do?
Well, with that 2d6 of just being okay, he's gonna look at her, slowly point his gun at her, and then is there any enemies around him?
No, just got pretty thoroughly done with the ones right next to you.
Oh, well, shit. He'll
Your
shoot
intelligence
next to
score?
her. She missed him. He'll miss her too. Is there any enemies near her?
No. She's staying further in the back line away from a lot of the enemies in order
Damn
to
it,
provide a
woman.
support position. So, go ahead and make a dex roll. Don't get a 0 or
Why
a
are you
negative.
saying damn me when you shoot first?
Because there's
without
no
thinking?
enemies around you.
Okay, 2 degrees of success. You are able to successfully hit the ground next to her, blowing up a chunk of it. As you'll recall, the last thing that you had was fire rounds, which means, Lynn, it gets very warm. You don't get burned, but flame licks the area around you.
She screams in surprise and is hurrying to get the fuck out of there, looking towards where she just like shoots up, looking towards where that came from, because
That
she's
was
about
Hunter.
to gravity well it. What the fuck you doing? Hey, what the?
You
Are you
threw
a double-
first.
What? Oh, I forgot about those. Those were not mine.
He slowly
likely
looks at the
story.
weapon, slowly looks back up at her.
Don't shoot me. I'm literally with everybody else here. They would know if I'm a doppelganger or not.
Immediately, you hear one of the hunters chime out. It's like, actually, we wouldn't know.
Why am I helping you?
'Cause I'm an honest man. Know that count for summon?
No.
Take a trip in the sky, bro. You want to come with me? You think a doppelganger can do this?
Okay. Well, And now Hunter's turn officially begins.
All right.
Almost lost like 2 negatives per.
It's funny. The closest y'all are coming to damage is from each other.
Yeah. Where's the nearest fool that decides that living is on their agenda?
Well, I'm gonna assume that you're talking in terms of Grim rather than in terms of human.
Yeah, well.
Okay, well, the nearest one you can spot has a body almost similar to a panther, if a panther knew how to take steroids. Its overall body it's got a sinewy, muscly form to it, but far too much of it is bulging in ways that normal tissue does not. You can see more of the tar of its body flowing through huge chunks of it, suggesting something akin to a bloodstream, and yet you can clearly tell from where it's all going, it's not actually like blood.
Yeah,
More
unfortunately,
facsimile.
it looking like a panther is just reminding Hunter of the lion lady he fought, and with his lack of reasoning at the moment, that just makes him want to suplex it really badly.
Okay, yeah. You did mention suplexes at the end of the last episode, so you know what? Sure, let's go for it. Go ahead and make me a strength roll.
All right.
I'm rooting for you as long as it doesn't involve me or the teammates. Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Okay,
Wow.
well, that's not great. I will say
No.
that.
Ooh,
I am going to go
somebody-
ahead and roll its strength.
I
And like I
want to
mentioned,
see.
the
I want to
roids.
see it get critical failure.
Okay, well, it's -1 versus 0.
Damn.
So it's not able to do too well in response. It was not expecting someone to lunge at it. You're able to manage to get your hands on its massive saber-like talons that just erupt from its mouth, and you're able to wrestle it for a moment before it then proceeds to raise its head, lifting you off of your feet and slam you down onto the ground. It's not enough to hurt, especially on the soft soil that all the trees are growing out of in this area, but it does make your attempted suplex look more than a little silly.
Well, on the plus side, I have my hands on its fangs, so
That is true. You
I have
do
a
indeed.
death grip, and I'm not letting go.
Okay. It is now Katie's turn. And Katie, I do believe I told you to remember what you wanted to do because you said you knew.
Ooh.
I'm gonna use Abyssal Cuties to get a vibe check on the Grim here.
Okay. Make a supernatural plus 1 bonus dice.
That's 4 plus. Oh, I forget this one. I think it's just 4 plus 1, right?
4d6 plus 1d6.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Boop. Oh, that is the weirdest roll I've ever
Wow.
Well, that 4 replaces one of your lowest, so you're a 1. So that means that you actually have 1 degree of success.
Oh,
Wow.
Good,
So,
good
you
fast
know,
math,
that-
though.
Yeah, that is
Quick
a
maths.
that is a
That was
pass. Now, what you're able to tell immediately from trying to connect with it is that it is an extension of the forest. Most of the Grimm here are. There is a sense of personal identity within it, and it doesn't seem interested in talking, in conversing. It is here to hunt. It is here to kill. Its entire purpose right now is to just destroy the humans that are here, just as it always has been, with the sole overwhelming goal of making sure that no matter what, there are no more humans to hunt in the forests of Strav. And yet, there is something else there. In the back of its mind, a whisper. A whisper of the forest itself. The forest instructs it to keep fighting, to try to remove all of the hunters. And yet the forest doesn't want all the hunters gone. But that's all you're really able to get a read from it. With only 1 success, you cannot convince it to fight on your side or anything like that.
Versus, but the implication there is that I might be able to do that. Like if I manage to get better successes on other ones. But it looks like this guy just wanted to fight me.
Yes, if you roll higher, there is the possibility that you could, in fact, cause several of the enemies to turncoat.
Ooh.
We'll see how that goes. But just you using your semblance only makes up half of your action. If you wanted, you could just give your movement action to Jackalope and let him run you straight face forward into whatever the heck's in front of you.
Jackie,
Uh-huh.
yeet me at him.
Oh, God.
Gotcha.
Oh, like a fastball special?
Yeet me at him.
I
Gonna end
mean,
badly.
she asked. Can I just yeet her at the thing as a movement?
Absolutely. Go ahead and make me a strength roll to see how far you're able to throw her. Well, it's a 0, but you're pretty strong at your base level, so I'm going to say that you're able to throw her a pretty considerable distance. Katie,
Alright.
you aren't used to traveling this fast. That's just a fact of life.
Mm-hmm.
But, you're soaring through the air. You've just been thrown. You go clean over the collapsed figure in front of you. You could either choose to force yourself to land on the massive figure, or you could choose to fly even further beyond.
Okay, so my plan here is that I have these blades on my guns, and one of them's icy and one of them's fiery. I was thinking that like as you throw me, I would try to like stab into the ground with my ice and my fire blades.
Okay.
I could also attempt to try to like just go like through it with like the blades and then see if either I stab it or if I go through it, or whichever's good.
So are you wanting to stab into the giant grim with your elemental blades?
Stabby, 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 stabby.
Okie doke. I'm going to have you roll it's a melee, so strength, but add a bonus dice because you are currently moving at incredibly high velocities right at it.
So, okay, alright, you sure that's strength?
If it is a melee attack where you're trying to stab somebody, I would say that relies on your upper body strength in general.
Yeah, okay, alright. Okay, so though I have 0 ticks in strength.
Okay, then in that case, you're only going to be rolling 1d6 plus 1d6.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
only
alright.
pass on a 6, though, if you have 0 ticks.
It's purely momentum based. But
Yeah.
okay, so I hecked up.
Well,
I
remember
hecked
that you
up
have your
real bad.
bonus. You have your bonus
Okay,
dice.
yeah, alright.
Oh.
I hecked up even harder.
The bonus dice can't save you here.
Jesus
That one replaces your
Christ.
1. I'm sorry, this was fated.
I think that's the only time where a bonus dice 1 qualifies as a 1.
I just face plant into it.
Well, on the upside though, it's not 3 failures, so it's not a critical. That you've got that going for you.
Yeah, you physically can't critical fail on this.
Yeah, you literally could not fail harder.
I had my blades pointed at it. I really don't know how I could hack this up.
It's simple. The angle was wrong, and you accidentally just punch it with your tiny ineffectual hands.
Oh.
You just punch it. Congrats.
Cartoon splat noise.
I love the idea that it just legitimately doesn't even notice you there.
Yeah, it does not seem to take any damage. It does not seem to have it knows that you exist because you tried to contact it inside of its own head. I don't think it's realized that you're on top of it.
All right. Well, I'll stealth this then.
No, we'll see how that goes.
Oh,
In the
man.
meantime, the next person to go is Jack, I think,
Mhm.
because we just did. Wait,
Mhm.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
So Jack,
Mhm.
now that you are no longer directly physically connected to Katie, what you gonna do, brother?
And she's jumped at this thing and she's failed to grapple onto it. Well-
Yes, you just watched her accidentally punch it in the torso and do nothing.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna go pick Katie up from the ground so she isn't just a sitting duck.
Okie doke. Rushing over there is pretty
Smart
easy.
plan.
You threw her a fair distance, but since it ended up being a 0, we'll say that you're able to make that run pretty easily. As for picking her up, Katie, are you resisting at all?
No, I mean not really.
Okay, then I will say
Okay.
that it is a trivial roll and you can automatically pass picking her up.
And I'm just gonna set myself ready to dodge, honestly.
Okay.
Because this
So
thing's likely gonna try to hit us.
All right, with your plans to take an evasive action, as well as now picking up and carrying Katie, I do believe that makes it, once again, Lynn's turn.
Hmm. I can kind of want to make sure the rest of the group is okay. Um, I don't know. Are they fine over there though? So
Um,
far they're okay, right?
by the rest of the group, do you mean the rest of your party, or do you mean the rest of the
Humans.
hunters, rest of the
Yeah,
humans?
hunters. Yes.
Um, most of them seem to be doing fine. You're watching a whole bunch of them just straight up punch each other in the face in order to wake them up when they get hit with that red haze. But for the most part, they're keeping good track of that and making sure that nobody is in a particularly awful disposition.
Okay. Hmm. Hmm. I kind of feel like it would be safer just to make sure that there's no surprises to just always keep a watch on everything, and also
Okay.
like the canopy as well.
All
Mm.
right. Go ahead and roll me a sense roll then, since you are keeping watch for all sorts of creepy crawlies and such.
Oh,
That's not the best roll. Well,
Dude, the rules today.
well, we had really good ones at the beginning, so
yeah,
I'm not gonna
you
complain.
you started out strong. Let's hope you finish strong too, because it's not looking like it's in the middle going too great. But regardless, with that roll, you can tell something else is going on now.
With the
It's hard.
people, or go ahead.
You can't tell exactly what, but you can tell that that at the very least there are some people that just look off. It's the only thing that you can identify though at the moment is that they look off. They look
Hmm.
off.
Sus nature. Oh, can't exactly ignore that though, because she's been traumatized by everything that's been going on in this horrible world.
Yeah,
Just-
things keep going wrong. That is certainly true.
mm, I'm gonna hold an action to do something like movement or or
Okay.
or or dodge.
All
Maybe
right.
dodge.
You will have a dodge. Okay.
And then I'm gonna keep watching over what I think is strange for the moment, just this round
Understood.
or next. Yeah.
Since you're holding your action, I will say that probably sometime in the next few turns, I'm going to make another call for another sense roll, so keep that in mind. But for now, Hunter, you are once again rushing through the battlefield. Everything is, you
I
feel
thought I
like
was
it's
still
going pretty.
grappling the guy.
Yes, that is correct. You
Oh.
feel like you're doing pretty well. And that is mostly the drums and the other things, and the poison, of course, going through your body, making you think that. Because at the moment, the reality of the situation is you are currently trying to wrestle a saber-toothed lion grim, and you're not sure that that should be the correct thing to do.
Do you remember the pile driver move?
Why do you know these many moves?
Look,
Sin,
my dad was a very avid wrestling.
you know what? Yeah, I'm familiar with the pile driver, Sin.
Like the ghost train are required to pile drive this boy.
Oh my gosh.
So be it. If you would
Uh,
like to pile drive it, feel
good
free.
luck. Good luck.
Make the strength roll.
He is not in his right mind.
Oh,
Okay, that is a degree of success. Let me go
come
ahead and make
on.
its roll next.
You can do
Where
it.
is the button? There it is. Oh, and it looks like you basically tie, but your totals end up being, well, in this instance, it is trying to respond and retaliate, but unfortunately, it is only able to retaliate with all of the vim and vigor of something profoundly and supremely confused.
Oh.
Yeah.
Neither you nor it entirely know how this is going down, but you both know that this isn't how it's supposed to go, because once again, you raise yourself up to grab onto its massive fangs. You rear up to slam it into the ground, and then it kind of twitches its head a whole bunch, and it, like, struggles to fight against you. It's a monumental fight of power between you, but to every onlooker, you look like you're just flexing really hard at each other, and neither of you are moving because you're perfectly counterbalancing each other's actions.
Oh my
The
gosh.
double movement.
They're like, I don't know about this, bro.
Yeah, the both of you you are struggling in ways that you haven't struggled in a long time, and not a damn person out there would be able to tell.
Cool.
Everyone's so confused watching us as we're just like, "Hoochoo, hoochoo." Everyone's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, at least one person is thinking, is he fighting a Grim by flexing? Is the Grim flexing back?
Dude, you know for a fact that some of our party members are watching this with awe.
Wow.
Well,
Flexing
unfortunately,
to kill something should be the highest degree of awesomeness.
if you weren't dealing with Strav, maybe, but the most beautiful thing in the world for them is a dead Grims, and that thing don't look dead.
That's fair.
My apologies, but the radicalness of flexing an enemy to death is lost upon these fellows.
Aw, how disappointing.
Aw.
Yep. Okay, well, the next person to go will be Katie.
Okay. I just imagine like Jack could just pick me up, and I'm just like, one of these days I'll figure out how to stab people without using my arms.
Jack's
Yeah,
just gonna look at you. But you need your arms to stab things. That's how you get the thrust.
But my arms are spaghetti noodles. What are these blades even for if I can't stab people with them?
To look cool.
Fair enough. Put a lot of dust in these things.
Katie, could you give me just a 3d6 that I'm not going to tell you what is unless you get roll high?
I didn't roll high. Why
Okay.
did the dice hate me?
Okay, well, don't
was
worry.
that
Don't worry about anything at all. In fact, don't worry. Just don't worry about it. This is not a joke, by the way. In an actually unrelated note, Lynn, I would like you to make another roll for sense. This is
Come
related
Don't
to your
worry
thing,
about
not related to Katie.
Oh, let's go. Oh no, guys. Oh wait. Oh.
No. Oh no was correct. Oh no was correct.
Oh.
What is with the dice today?
They just want you to have a bad time.
It was
you know.
it was okay at first, and then she was just like, "It's going too well." Now
Yeah.
something is really wrong.
It's going too well. Watches
notice
Katie failing, watches me flexing. This is going too well.
You notice that one of the folks who looks just a little bit off seems to pause and then slowly turn to look directly at you.
Ugh.
His mouth opens, and a second later, I'm gonna have you roll an endurance.
Oh, that's not good. A second mean right now?
Yes.
Oh no. This is not
If you
good,
could
guys.
please.
Oh, shnikes.
Hey.
Oh, okay. Well, it
That's
doesn't even
surprising.
matter how many dice you have. If you have 0 pips, that's still a pass.
Yay! 0 pips.
So, yeah. Congratulations on your successful pass. You
Now
are
what?
able to keep your focus as what you can only describe as static runs through your head. You can't really identify what's going on, and that's probably a good thing, because you can see that a few of the other people were not quite so lucky in being able to resist it, as they immediately start looking around, and you notice some of them even start talking, holding conversations that don't make sense in the context, forced into something else. Jack, I'm gonna have you roll 2d6. You're not paying attention, but this is something you would recognize. That's 2 degrees of success. You recognize it immediately. These people are seemingly having flashbacks to traumatic events right now, and you're familiar enough with that to be able to pick it out of the crowd.
Hey, Katie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to put you down, and I'm gonna have to do something really dumb.
All right. Just kind
What
of
do you want?
rolls
What do you
off.
want me to do before in
Hmm?
the ending of this?
In the what now?
Do you want me to throw you again before I do this, or you want me to just put you down?
I think I'll just use my guns for now because apparently when I need to figure out a different strategy for that because the stabbing doesn't work. I could have been so cool, like my favorite game,
Aw.
canonically favorite game, Shadow of the Colossus, probably, which I probably
Oh.
canonically played.
Oh, that is a good one.
That is a good one.
Just kind of rolls off.
Okay. So, Lynn, you're able to tell that from your position, Jack knows what's going on.
What's going on? I'm seeing something like static in front of me. I think I was able to win over it.
Trauma,
Trauma.
PTSD.
What do we
Oh
do?
no.
I'll handle it. Just don't shoot me.
Oh, I wouldn't be the first one to do it, Jack.
Yeah.
Not,
Look, I'm
no, I
busy.
won't. It's,
Oh,
I wouldn't be the first.
oh, she didn't think about that connotation.
I mean,
Whoopsie.
Jack's reaction to that is just kind of a shrug.
That's so funny.
Okay. Okay. So in this instance, Jack, what do you plan on doing?
Fight or flight instincts.
Okay, so you're gonna
People
make
can
a
only get
mechanic?
PTSD so hard, but when fight or flight kicks in, your body's gonna automatically react to that.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe
that
keep them out
could
of it.
result in them very much fighting or flighting. So I guess the question is, what exactly are you doing?
These people have obviously fought other lives. Jackalope knows how to project his bloodlust, and he doesn't like people, and he doesn't like anything.
Mhm.
And we've established to some degree that his melancholy is quite potent.
Potent is a word for it, yes.
Just, mixing in his active bloodlust against all living things into
Okay,
that
so
heavy melancholy, and then proceeding to project it out, knowing full well that will absolutely make him a target for anything that doesn't have good control of their fight or flight instincts.
okay. Well, you are pretty easily able to induce that, since, we've been doing it pretty well thus far. A good number of the people around you immediately lock onto you, and just at least 3 hunters all start charging at you immediately. But notably, every single one of the people that looked off to Lynn also immediately turn and face Jack. Jack, I'm going to go ahead and have you roll an endurance, and it's going to need to be at a level 2 degree of difficulty.
Okay.
That is 0.
Hmm.
The static rings in your mind, and immediately, well, you were describing it as a nightmare in a previous session, where, sitting around the campfire, only this time, as you're sitting around the campfire, you are under fire. It's some kind of ambush. You've been jumped while trying to rest in the night. You are currently trapped inside of a PTSD nightmare temporarily.
Oh, whoa.
Oh.
That's just
not
gonna make the
good.
bloodlust worse.
Oh, definitely. I'm not saying this was a good idea on the part of the Grim, but it's what the Grim would have done.
Oh.
Sometimes they make terrible decisions.
By the
I'm
way, can I give a description to those outside of Jack's head?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Katie, you've seen the black eyes on Jack once before, where like the color's not there in his eyesight.
Mm-hmm.
You actively see his pupil, like because his pupils are white for the most part. You see them slowly darken, and the color from his eyes fade till it all shrinks in on itself. Like it doesn't look pleasant to witness because you're watching the retina and everything around it shrink into a black ball.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's not fun.
Oh no.
And you can taste iron.
Oh no.
Just looking at it. It's not pleasant.
I prefer copper.
Got some issues.
Okay, well, a
It's
lot of
very
the
much-
Grimm are immediately interested in attacking
Jack?
Jack. Thank you. I don't know why I blanked on that. But they're very interested in removing him from the battlefield because A, he has become the traumatic event, and B, they are very attracted to that. So, at the moment, let's see, the next person would be Katie, but Hunter, I'm just going to give you a heads up that the Grimm you're fighting is now distracted and is actually trying to ignore you.
Oh,
handle that
this
in a minute.
son of a bitch.
Katie.
He is going
Oh.
to he's gonna wrap his arms around this Grimm like death, like bear hug, like death locked his arms and shit, and he is going to like bury him into the ground. Like he's gonna jump upwards with this Grimm with the sole intent to fucking suplex him into the ground like it's a goddamn WWE super fight.
Okay,
it's not
well,
helping.
in that case, I will have you roll for that while we have Katie. What are you doing now that
Is
you
that
see
is
that
that
there's
just strength, or do I get any bonuses
that's going
since
to be
it's distracted?
it's distracted, so that is going to be strength and a bonus dice.
Sweet. All right.
Okay, well that is going to be 2 degrees of success, but we will resolve that on your turn,
Mhm.
Katie.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm looking at that. I don't know. And is Jackie just like standing there doing that, or like?
Yes.
Okay. So look back and then, like assess the danger stuff, and then like, okay, what's gonna try to punch Jackie over here? Is I don't know if he's gonna end up either just kind of living there or just end up murdering everyone here if anything interacts with them. It's just like, is the Grim still there, just standing there, like?
All of the so you're able to use abyssal cuties if you want to try to sense all
Yeah.
of the nearby Grimm. If you'd like to
Yeah.
make that roll.
All right, let me check that. Boop and boop.
Okay, that 4 replaces
Okay.
a 1, so it's not a failure. In that case, you are able to tell that there are a lot of Grimm standing in the crowds, staring blankly. They're not subtle. So there are Grimm, and they seem to be inducing this. You can't tell how many there are. You can't tell what their nature is. You can just tell, yep, those are some Grimm over there, and they are indeed the reason that there's so much melancholy coming off of Jack.
Okay. All right. How far away are they're just there, or like?
They're in the general area. They're not close enough for melee, but they are close enough for ranged.
Hmm.
It depends on if you wanted to try to stab them again.
Apparently the stabbing doesn't work for me because apparently I think this is stabbing just like strength, or like is slashing dexterity, because I can't
In
do
general,
strength.
if it's a melee attack, it's generally going to be a strength, unless you're doing something that specifically causes it to be more dexterity. So, for example, if instead of like relying on power to swing, using your arm strength, let's say that you set up a rocket on the let's say you have your knives are basically fangs pointing down the barrel of the gun, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's say that you have a little rocket that's pointing up the opposite direction, and you just fire that, and then that's all the power you need. Now you're just angling it and trying to aim it. You're basically then turning it into a projectile, a melee range projectile by shooting your gun at them without letting go of your gun.
Right. Okay.
If you did that, I would qualify that as a dexterity-based melee attack.
So it's the difference between stabbing and turning yourself into a projectile attack.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. I think what I'll do is because I have my rocket Heelys, right? Like I can
Yes.
go for that. Can I effectively use that to sort of spin? Okay, what's the crowd of Grimm like look like? Are they like in a cluster? Are they like spread out?
They're spread out between a lot of regular humans.
Okay, oh jeez, they're between humans?
Yep.
Oh, think about the collateral damage. Oh
Is this
man.
Would
the
Katie
type?
think about the collateral damage?
Oh, come on.
No, she wouldn't.
What?
She's-
Think about Lene. She'd be so disappointed. Come on, the sad face
Ah.
of Lene.
Oh, you're right. Ah.
It pops in your mind trying to tell you stuff.
It's like that one scene in The Emperor's New Groove where you have like a little Katie and you like do it, and then the other one's like, she'll be sad.
But she might not like you as much. Like, come on.
Mm,
Remember, we did that whole thing at the party. You don't want her
I'm
to
not,
be mad.
but I'm not good at precise attacks. That's like the one thing with Katie.
Can't do
Your
everything.
reliance on grenades is kind of showing, isn't it?
Well, it's the grenades, but also I was thinking I was gonna use like my buckshot bullets and then like spreading out in there.
Ah.
If it's just
Okay.
one that's doing this whole thing, the shenanigans, or
Hmm.
do we even know what Grimm is causing all the PTSD?
There
Seems like
seems to be a bunch of them.
Oh,
Yeah, I
bunch.
think a bunch of them are doing that. I mean, if I can like kind of Rocky Healy like in there and then like announce my presence and then like go over and I just kind of like pew pew like a bunch of them, but like with like the spread. If I can like go for one because the buckshot is like close to mid range, so I just like shoot him up. Maybe. I don't know. That's too much thinking. I'm just gonna run in there.
Okey-doke.
At a certain point, yeah, I feel it. You got
Also,
this, Katie.
yeah. If you get into melee range and you just shoot your gun, that's still a dex. You're still shooting them.
Yeah, I'm still shooting them. It's not stabbing.
Absolutely,
Apparently I'm bad at
100%.
stabbing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Go ahead. Shoot them.
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, okay, you guys are spreading bad vibes to my boy. It's your girl. I'm about to mess you up. Whew! And I'm gonna freaking. Let me check that's 4 ticks.
Yeah.
Pew. And boop. Come on. It's all right.
It's not bad. You get into melee range, so I'm going to say that that's acceptable because you probably wouldn't have pulled the trigger if you weren't, stabbing range. As a result, you are able to take at least one of them out, and it becomes abundantly clear these things are more fragile than glass. One shot, and it immediately gets dropped, dissolving into this static fuzz instead of a standard body. And you're able to immediately tell, thanks to Abyssal Cuties, that these are akin to the fingies of a greater Grimm currently trying to mess things up. Somewhere in the area, there is a true self.
Hi. All right. Well, I'm gonna keep shooting them up, but I'm gonna try to use Abyssal Cuties to like figure out where that's coming from as I go.
Understood. Jack, you are currently experiencing quite a bit of trauma, considering the fact that in your right now you are under direct fire from enemy forces. All your entire what's left of your team is there beside you. What are you going to do?
Jackalope. Hmm. All right, question. Would Jackalope be aware that he was somewhere else before this?
No. That's not really how PTSD flashbacks really work, even normally, and this is supernatural.
Fair.
In this moment, you are 100% in that moment.
Jackalope would be looking around his surroundings and trying to figure out something he can knock over to give them extra movability. Keep in mind, where he's from, he was a bomb expert. His whole thing was blowing up stuff and getting people out of that situation with explosives, if at all possible. Meaning he may be looking to knock over a building.
Okay. You're setting up explosives to blow up a nearby structure is trivially easy, considering the fact that it is your history. Yeah. Go ahead and... No, I'm not going to make you roll on this one. You're able to set up the bombs incredibly easy and set them off, and you're going to knock down a large structure in order to provide cover. Now, this works wonderfully for you, and you're immediately greeted by the sight of a nearby structure collapsing, providing a huge amount of cover that is going to help out a lot in or keeping your team overall safe. Katie, you're gonna have to dodge because a tree just exploded. Not only did it
Why?
just massively explode, but it's going to start collapsing towards you.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna heal you out of that range.
Okay. Because of your healing, I will
Huh?
let you use a dexterity instead of a speed.
Sweet. I love to see it. We love to see it. What?
Wow.
What?
Whoa.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
Oh.
Monsieur.
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 Monsieur. Ugh,
Am I able to
okay.
help? Because I held an action waiting for something, and I was watching over the
Absolutely,
group.
you
So
100% can. Katie, we're gonna say that you have a help action, which specifically means that you get to add a bonus dice.
One but
Don't get
okay.
one.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
Okay, it's not a critical failure.
Ugh.
You end up you evade the tree fairly well, but not perfectly. And one thing's for certain, your leg hurts.
Ow, 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 ow. I need that.
Yeah, that's fairly accurate, descriptive. You do need your leg, and right now it's not doing so good.
Ay, ay, ay.
Go ahead and
Okay.
roll me 1d6 for the amount of damage you took.
Really?
Oh, I'm sorry. They don't. I guess the dice don't like you tonight.
I guess not.
So
It's okay.
you
It
tend.
means they'll like me more later.
That's technically how statistics works, but not really. I'm just going to say that it is because I want to be nicer than the dice right now.
Is the 6
So-
bad?
Yeah, that's how much damage she took.
Oh.
oh,
Because I took the max amount of damage possible right now.
Yes. The reason I'm slowly responding is I'm scrolling up to find everyone's health that I posted from last time. There it is.
Yeah, I gotta change it.
Okay, and now,
Oof.
Katie, you just lost 6, bringing you down to 18. There we go.
So I already messed up before? I don't remember what I've taken thus far.
Well, you healed a bit after you slept, but you only slept the once. And while like y'all keep getting into fights, and Strav doesn't let you heal passively.
why are you saying that's our fault?
Why do you think
No.
we're doing this? Boo.
Yeah, we're just trying to go through the story, bro. We're just trying.
Yeah, that's true. You're just going through the story.
I'm just going through the story.
So, with that health now figured out, Katie, you don't feel good. That's for certain.
Ow.
But you're not completely out of the fight either. Instead, you're just in a considerable amount of pain, as when the tree landed, it ended up slamming down on a good chunk of your leg.
Oof.
Overall, you would say that it's not the worst leg injury you've ever seen, but that's only because of Radical Larry's containment procedures.
Yeah.
How do you react to crunch?
Well, I mean, I gotta keep moving, right? Just
Okay. You keep moving and you keep getting out of the way. You use the rest of your movement action to. Do you want to get closer to another one of the large enemies? Which, by the way, a couple of them did get caught. A couple of the folks did get caught inside of the crashing. A couple of them reverting into the fuzzy static. But a couple of them instead letting out very human shouts of pain.
My leg.
It's not great.
It's not great, but it does give a nice sobering reminder that Jackalope's really good at his job.
Yeah. No,
Goodness
just
gracious.
did I realize that was Jackie that did that? Do I know where he is?
Yeah, because you're relatively close by to him, you know that he was the one who very quickly set off the explosives in order to do that.
Jackie, where'd you even have that?
Unfortunately, Jackie cannot hear you right now.
He's holding out on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I will probably just keep trying to move, but trying to not to put too much pressure on the legs. So I'm trying to kind of smoothly move around the area.
Understood. As
Yeah.
you do that, we move into Lynn's turn. Lynn, you just watched all that go down, and wow.
Yeah.
Is it safe to assume that you use your gravity to try and protect a couple of the regular humans?
Yes, I had tried to
Okay.
simultaneously trying to, just shouting out, "Katie, no!"
I'm
and
good.
Okay.
and then trying to use two different ones to save people from it.
Okay. You are able to pull a couple of people out of the ways of the attack, successfully protecting them and making sure that they don't also go the way of no femur.
Um,
That does not
I
infringe on your action for the turn, by the way.
Thank you. I want to find out where this PTSD grim, or because it had to be coming from somewhere.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Now, because of the sheer number of them that went and disappeared all at once, it's a lot easier to tell where they seem to be heading towards when they turn into the static. So if you want to roll to detect it, feel free to add a bonus dice.
yes, I want to detect it.
Okay.
Ooh.
Not bad.
Oh
Yeah.
dang!
Even
I'm
better.
finding you.
There we go. 2 degrees of success. You are able to spot it. It takes a good amount of focus before you see one that it looks like it's moving like a normal human, unlike all of the fakes. Except that when you focus down on it, you can hear almost a radio frequency coming off of it. This is absolutely and unquestionably the source.
Do I feel any heat signature from it? Is it partially human, or is it for sure grim?
It seems it's mimicking a human in almost every way, but humans don't give off that radio signal. That's not what a human does.
Would I feel that it would be fine to shoot it?
Well, that's something that you have to decide for yourself. As
What
far
do
as
you
you can
say,
tell,
Bunny?
it's giving off a signature that is inhuman, but every other part of your senses is telling you that this thing is human.
Oh, that's no bueno. Uh. oh. I don't really want to shoot them now, but I want to try to stop it. Can I try to go for a shoulder check?
Like tackle it?
No, like a shot, but
Oh, it's shooting it
hitting.
in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you absolutely could. A called shot is a little bit trickier. You'd make a dex roll, and you would have to make 2 degrees of success, or
Can I
more
use
accurately,
my gravity in the same put to hold it in its position and then shoot it at the same time to make sure that
I'm
I'm yeah.
I'm gonna say yes, you absolutely could. You'll use one of your gravity bubbles, and you can make it with an additional bonus dice. Okay, that is 1 degree of success. Your lowest is replaced by whatever your bonus dice says.
Do I get 2d6 or 1? I don't know.
Just the 1.
Okay.
And that's from your gravity. Unfortunately, the called shot doesn't perfectly work here. Instead of hitting in the shoulder, you end up shooting it clean through the leg.
Oh,
It was a hit, but you can tell that if it were a human, that would have dealt some nasty damage, potentially even severing important arteries. But as it punches through and it drops down and gives out a shout, the shout is distinctly not human. It is the sound of fizzling and crackling static over the radio. And when you see the breaking in the skin, you can tell that it's not bleeding.
oh. Then she's gonna go ahead and call out to the rest of the hunters below. That's a Grim. It's the one that's been creating the dissonance PTSD. Take it down. It's not human.
Okay. Well, they will definitely get a chance to intervene, but only after we see what Hunter does. Hunter, as I recall, you were planning on suplexing it and you made a successful roll, but what was your results?
My results were a double success.
2 degrees of success? All right, then let me go ahead and roll.
Oh, heck yeah.
2 to 0. 2 to 0. So with your 2 degrees of success, you are successfully able to completely suplex this fool once and for all, driving it into the ground.
Don't ignore me!
You swing it and slam it down hard. Go ahead and roll me 1d6 for damage.
Okay. Very nice.
4 degrees. Okay. You manage to swing it down with enough force that as you pull your hands away post suplex, holding it by its teeth, one of the teeth comes and breaks clean off into your hand.
Sweet
You can say
trophy.
that you now have a trophy.
Oh, dang.
Love my trophy. I'm gonna like look at my gun. I've just all like kind of put on top of my gun a little bit. Kind of like grab some fucking sap or whatever. Is there sap in these trees?
Yes. Very sticky stuff.
All right, Colin. Grab some of the sap and put a little bit on there, and I'm just gonna slap the horn, the tooth on there. Just gonna be like, I got him now.
You got him indeed. Jot him.
Got him.
Okay. So you do that, and the creature itself doesn't seem to be killed yet, but it's definitely out for the count. It's,
I don't think
let's
he's
just say it's
noticing.
not doing so good.
Ooh. Good job.
Yeah, I don't think Hunter is noticing that it's not dead. He's just moving on.
Yeah. Moving right along.
Doesn't have the mental space for this.
That's so
After
mean.
Hunter comes Katie.
Katie, my girl, best girl. Okay, all right. And I imagine that did she hear Lynn saying it's like, oh, that's where the flippin' PTSD Grim thing is?
Absolutely,
She
she would
was
have heard.
All right.
It is not. She was not quiet. That is for
Yeah.
certain.
All right. Gonna attempt to saunter on over there to check it out. Either convince it to stop, which is probably unlikely, or shoot it down.
If you want to try to convince it to stop, go ahead and roll a Abyssal Cuties.
You can do it.
Yeah. Boop. And boop. Oh!
Ooh.
Wow.
That is 4 degrees of success. That is a critical, and you might recall what I said earlier
Oh,
about
that's
rolling
like-
higher on other ones.
That's like
Oh.
higher than a critical. That's 4 in there, isn't it?
Oh my
It
god.
absolutely is.
A
So,
supreme
critical.
I
success.
convince it. I get it. I poke him on it.
It stops entirely and focuses on you, no longer even paying attention to its own wound, as you can feel that its focus is entirely on you, just Katie.
Hi. Yeah. So I notice you're doing your cool, what is it, radio thing with the guys over there. One of the guys you got, his name is Jackalope, and I think you might have, I think it might have backfired on you. I think he's gonna mess you up. So I just wanted to get on your level. I wanted to talk this out. Hi, I'm Katie. What's your name?
You can only hear a vibration, and that's it. It's something over 100 megahertz, and that's all you can identify.
I love that. I'm gonna call you Good Vibes.
That's
That certainly ain't what he bringing, but you do you. You do you, girl.
Look, you got some serious good vibes here, but you put some bad vibes on Jackie, and I just really don't think this is gonna work out for you. Did you see him explode that tree? Exactly. So if you could just stop doing that, that would be really nice, and we can be friends. I can help you out. I can try to convince these guys not to kill you if I can. But most importantly, I don't want you to die by Jackie, because I just don't. That's not going to be a good death. Okay, it's probably going to blow you up.
It's going to stop for a moment, seem to evaluate its situation. But then, a few moments later, Jack, you are no longer there. You are back inside of the battlefield here, and it does become clear to you that you were just forced into that.
Death can have me when it
Uh-oh.
earns me.
Well, there goes the melancholy,
say.
but the bloodlust gets much worse.
Well,
You know how, like, Jackalope generally is pretty calm?
I'm guessing that's not the case right now.
Oh,
Appreciate that.
absolutely not. You know, the bloodlust itself is typically a controlled steady. Yeah, no, now it's just violent.
no.
He's picking up that tree.
Oh damn.
That's a little bit on the heavy side, but you know what?
Oi.
I'm going to have you
No.
roll a strength, and I'm going to say that Adrenal Rage is going to give you a bonus dice.
Okay.
Do I see this?
Yes, you can. In fact, there's no subtlety in this.
I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna freeze
That
him.
is
I'm gonna
Oh,
that is
freeze
3
him.
degrees.
God.
That is a critical success.
Oh, we don't know what
I'm
he's
shooting
doing.
a nice shot. I'm shooting a nice shot at that. I'm not letting
Okay.
that happen.
Then in
Jack's
that
gonna
case-
raise one of his arms, and he's gonna shoot at your ice shot.
Ooh.
We
Okay.
don't know where he's doing
Can you
yet.
do
Well,
that during that? You got a tree in
He
here.
does have a robot arm, and he can just
shoot.
mess with it so it can still be used as a thing and a gun.
That is certainly true.
is true.
However, I will have to have you roll a sense roll to be able to pick up on this, because right now, you're not exactly in your entirely clear mind. That's a success.
God damn.
So yeah, you're
God.
able to see it coming. Katie and Jack are both going to make contested dexterity rolls. If Jack wins, his critical success
Oh
goes.
my god.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
What is
God,
this?
Jack.
What is this? What is
Okay.
that?
The dice want only Jack.
The dice want blood, is
Blood.
what I'm reading.
Oh my god.
Well, Katie, unfortunately, you are clearly outsmoked, as he is able to shoot your ice shot in midair and completely stop it in its tracks, as he then proceeds to critically swing out that tree. Jack, what specifically are you aiming for? I just want to make sure I know.
yeah.
He's gonna scream if you're human, move, otherwise you will die.
Damn.
Ooh.
He's in a full-on blind rage now. Beforehand, it was controlled. This force just screwed with him in a way he doesn't like. He's taking out as much of this force and Grim and whatever's in front of him as he can. He doesn't care what it is at this point. They
Is that
just hit him in a place he doesn't like being touched.
Okay. Well, then So then first, Lynn, because of your tendency to fly, it's so easy to avoid getting hit, considering the fact that it's a ground level attack. Katie, I would like.
Can I try to
you-
help push everybody away? Like I'm gonna gravity well people out of the range, like away.
Certainly. You can make the attempt.
I would love to.
Make a. Oh, yep, you're already
Is
on.
that-
Oh,
Oh.
What a great
That's not great.
success. No,
is
I was
this-
looking at Katie's. Okay, yeah, you're right. That is not great.
Oh jeez. Is this gonna hit good vibes?
Everybody else?
So I'm going to roll for good vibes to see if he's able to dodge this. Unfortunately, you're not able to help anyone right now, Lynn.
Oh no.
Instead, you watch as the thing gets swung out. First, I'm going to roll for the hunters as a collective.
No. Okay.
Wow.
That's a
Ow.
critical success on the part of the
Damn.
hunters. You scream out, the humans need to get the hell out of the way. The humans get the hell out of the way.
Yay.
No hunter is harmed in the creating of this revenge.
Oh, thank goodness.
Jesus.
None of them.
Oh, I'm so glad.
With 1 degree of success, that's still a 2-degree difference. Good vibes is not getting out so good.
Oh no!
At least one broken arm, broken
I-
leg, broken
I
spleen.
can't help them out by using abyssal cuties.
Unless you won't get hit by it.
I
will put my life on the line for good vibes.
You know what? I'm willing to accept that. Katie, if you can roll 2 degrees of success on Abyssal Cuties, then I will count that as towards good vibes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
Jesus
Good vibes able to make it
Christ.
out.
Yes.
And now, firstly, let's see, 1d6. Okay. The giant saber-toothed lion Grim did not get out fine. It just managed to bring itself up with 1 broken fang just fast enough for the other fang and a couple of other things to get broken by a tree log that's easily the size of its entire body.
Poor dude.
Damn.
Feel slightly bad about it.
Yeah, none of the Grim successfully managed to avoid this incoming attack.
Oh, so it was a triple, bro.
Yeah, they're not only that, but with 0 degrees of success on that is still a critical on all of the Grim that were unable to avoid it. There's a
Congrats.
huge swath of the Grim that just get absolutely obliterated. You can see the entire vicinity and a significant radius around Jack are just completely crushed and leveled to the ground. The human hunters then immediately have to start looking around for new targets to attack because they were just removed.
Whoa.
I love the idea that the Grim, the saber-tooth Grim, like pulled its head up like a dinosaur out of the sand, and then it looked at the meteor coming at it.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's just the Grim are not doing so hot right now, with the exception
Do I
of
need
good
to roll?
vibes. No, because like I mentioned at the start, there will be a moment where you're going to lose control of your character because of the mixture of alcohol and drums. You
Oh,
just stare
boy.
at it coming just like the saber tooth that you were just wrestling. The both of you
damn.
are just, you're standing right next to each other, you glance at each other, you glance at the incoming, and then you hear something crack. Let me tell ya.
I want that moment. I want that moment where my character just like cracks his knuckles and he just flexes at the tree, like the tree's coming and he goes, "I can take it."
Unfortunately, what you Hunter imagines that would be a really, really cool and interesting moment. And as you're imagining how cool you would look, you get slammed in the face.
His head, he's like, "I can take it." Outside, is like, "What's it doing?"
I would
You
like
take-
Jack to roll 2d6 for damage.
Taste leaves.
Alright.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's not bad. No.
So 5 damage. Let me go ahead and scroll up to
The critical damage.
Okay, Hunter, you're now down to 9 health.
Oof.
Yeah.
And, honestly, you're staring up blankly at the roof of the forest, and you're thinking, this could be worse. It really could. Really could. It still sucks, though, and you do not feel good.
Could be worse.
Absolutely. Let's see, since that was Jack absolutely ruining things for the local Grim population.
Ugh.
See. Oh, shoot. Ground level, very tall. Yeah, you slam it when you finally finish the circle around. It's because you slam it into the incredibly large Grim that was previously knocked over by Lynn's shot that had been doing the weird shapes. And you slam into it hard enough that it opens its quote-unquote eyes and refocuses.
Oh boy.
Oh, it was gonna do that anyway.
It is trying to stand up, but you hit it hard. It will not be taking a turn this turn.
Oh. Yes, no bueno. I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, Lynn, if you don't like it, you'll have to do something about it now that it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something about that. I look quick and making sure Katie's okay. She wearing a not happy face, so it's slightly makes her sad.
Very
But-
grumpy. Very grumpy Katie right now.
And then Hunter's on his back, but he's okay. He comes back.
He comes
He
back.
always
He'll
comes
be
back.
fine.
Yeah, he comes back. I'm more worried about being hit than Hunter.
Yeah, honestly, you should be.
Yeah.
Hunter's just like, the
I'm like,
stars.
that's probably good for now. I'm gonna go ahead and refocus on this big dude.
Okay.
Let's go shoot his face again.
Okay, you go to shoot his face. He's currently dazed and stunned and completely stationary. You get a bonus dice on this. He is
Yay.
not doing so hot.
The stars have aligned.
If your bonus dice
Good
is
God.
success, then
Oh,
well, that's
getting a
still
lot
2
of
degrees of
threes
success on
today.
this thing.
Yeah, I'm just looking through my other stuff. I don't think I have anything.
Yeah.
When we said like plus combat rolls against monstrous creatures. I
Oh,
can't
that
remember.
qualifies for this.
Oh yeah. So another one.
Oh yeah.
And another
one.
And another one.
And another one bites.
And
the
another
dust.
Hey,
That's
critical
a critical
shot.
success.
Let's go.
Oh, flip.
Not this time. Creepy, very tall, grim. Go to sleep.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and have you roll 2 degrees. Sorry, not 2 degrees. 2d6.
Ooh, sniper attack. I don't know.
Okay.
It's the same.
Not terrible, you know.
Your
could
bullets
be-
feel like a tree to the face.
So it slams into it, and it just hits the ground and loses consciousness again. Y'all are just not letting this thing have a moment to ruin your backline.
Jesus.
So funny.
I'm awake. I will destroy the fuck.
And then, can I please use another action to turn my umbrella back into the object form so it's more indestructible? Because I'm scared for the teammates coming after me. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Okay,
then
yes.
So I'm
You would
gonna
be
do
able
that.
to do that if you use your movements part of your action to alter
Yeah.
the form of your weapon.
I will do that.
Understood. Congratulations, you now have some modicum of defense.
Yes. Wait, it says an object form, right? It's more indestructible than anything else?
Yes, it's considerably harder to destroy in this state.
Yeah, because I had the hyper efficient design.
Yeah. You did all the things necessary to make your thing more than a little tough.
Yes, please. Needed it. So I'm good.
So with that, that will mark the end of your turn. Hunter, it is your move. You're conscious. You don't feel good, but you're conscious.
Ooh.
If anything, you're pretty confident that you're now actually sober. Mainly because you can't taste drums in your mouth, just your own blood.
Gosh, dude.
He's gonna slowly pull himself to his feet. He's gonna look around for a moment. And he's just gonna be like, yo, what are we doing?
There's an immediate chorus of voices from the hunters nearby, immediately shouting, "Winning."
Oh, yep.
Nice. Think I might be dead.
You just get clapped on the shoulder and told, like, nah, nah, life ain't that simple. And they just shove you towards another group of enemies.
Oh,
Ooh.
heck yeah.
Oh, alright. You know what? You're right. And he's still like presses his weapon into the ground. He's still like fucking crack his knuckles, and he's just don't go, it's time to. And he's gonna look at one of the people. What's a cool phrase? Give me a cool phrase. I can't think of one.
Kill, he says as he's loading another round into his gun.
Yeah, alright. He's gonna look back at the Grims. To kill! And he needs to walk up to one and basically do the big show choke slam on it.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna roll, see what kind of creature it is.
Give me
Well,
something
hitting a
big.
choke slam is not that difficult considering the fact that it appears to be 70% neck. You grab onto the elongated rope-like neck of the creature and grip it hard and try to lift it up. Then you realize that it just moved the rest of its neck. Its body's still on the ground. Your arms aren't long enough to be able to stretch its neck to the point where you're lifting it off the ground.
Alright, fine. I was trying to be cool, but whatever. He's just like basically punch his fist into its gut to lift it up.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and make me a strength roll.
Oh,
Time
damn.
to
That is a degree
move.
of success, and it can't roll to dodge. You have it in a grapple. So instead, all it really gets to see is the delightful sensation of up. My brain short-circuited there, but you get what I mean. As it then surges upwards into the air.
Mhm.
It ends up going not too far from the canopy, at which point it seems to visibly panic and swings itself around in order to slam its own head into one of the trees in
Mhm.
order to latch on and bring itself back down. Let's see.
That wasn't effective as I wanted it to be.
Well, that depends on how well it rolls on this thing. That's your. It tries. As it wraps its head around the canopy, it manages to pull itself up, but it's a little too close either way. It proceeds to stand all the way up, and, where it's standing isn't too dangerous, but with the length of its neck, it just barely brushes against the roof of the forest, and immediately something moves. Something you would try and describe it as a hand, but it definitely wasn't. Whatever it was, it grasped, though. So it wrapped around the neck of the thing and pulled upwards immediately, and the creature's simply gone. Did not
Well,
make a
I
noise, did
hate
not make a sound.
that.
Yeah. The foliage seems like it just wasn't even disturbed in the first place. There's no signs that something came through to grab onto it. There is nothing there.
So, slowly look over at the other folks around him. That's bad,
Don't.
right?
Just don't. That's just what the hunter says. Just don't.
Alright, cool. Glad we're on the same page. Yeah.
Hilarious. These guys.
That's pretty much his turn.
Yeah, okay.
Just
After
over like,
your turn
alright.
is Katie again. Katie, I'm gonna have you roll Abyssal Cuties real quick.
All right, rolling Abyssal Cutie. Give me the good stuff. That's okay.
Yeah, that's 1 degree of success, since the bonus dice never counts as a failure.
It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
So with that, you hear a sound when that thing gets plucked. It is the entirety of the forest screaming in outrage, grabbing onto it, ripping it away, and immediate deafening silence.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. Run me through what just happened.
So the creature got thrown upwards, its head brushed against the upper roof of the forest. Something
Right.
reached and grabbed onto it, and as it did that, you immediately heard the entirety of the forest screaming until something proceeded to rip it through the sky, through the foliage, leaving no signs that any of it was disturbed. And the screaming turned into an abrupt and deafening silence.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. And weird question. Creature, you mean good vibes or long neck guy?
Long neck.
Long neck guy.
Long neck guy. Okay. That's pretty weird. All right.
And the fact that you could hear it through Abyssal Cuties means that whatever it was absolutely a Grim.
What the heck, man?
What?
So can I tell where long neck guy is now? Did it just get
He does
thrown
not
to it?
exist.
How does
Not
that?
he's dead. He's dead. You'd be able to tell with a Abyssal Cuties if he died. He does not exist.
What the heck, guy? Did you just make Long Neck Guy no clip out of existence?
He just
I
went out of bounds.
don't know what that means.
He just never mind. Where's Good Vibes?
Who?
Good Vibes is currently on the ground. Now, you've successfully convinced him to join your side, which is good. As it specifically means that several of the grim creatures are now proceeding to get caught into their own delusions, making an ample opportunity for a lot of hunters to make short work of them.
All right. Okay. So those guys are gonna get short worked of, but I need to make sure that Good Vibes doesn't get caught up in that. So
Well, Good Vibes is the one causing all of the hallucinations, so
right,
he's
yeah.
not affected by his own stuff.
yeah, but like I feel like the other hunters, somebody's
yeah.
gonna try to kill Good Vibes, especially Jackie. Jackie's
true.
gonna try to.
Yeah.
So I need to try to get Good Vibes for the most part out of here.
Okay.
Just
well,
see Jackie like 20 feet away, just blood red eyes, like I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. You see,
Well,
what happened?
I will say that Good Vibes, able to sense this through the connection of Abyssal Cuties, it becomes clear through the radio static essentially. It's able to shrink itself down, and it immediately rushes towards you, landing inside of your lab coat.
Oh,
that's nice.
that's so cute.
Let me be your baby.
All right. Good vibes. Good vibes. Good vibes. Okay. All right.
That could be good.
All right. Can I mean, it'd be a little bit weird if I just ran out of here, theoretically, but I mean, looks like everybody else is doing pretty good, and I feel like Jackie might kill me, so...
I mean,
might
do you have
just...
to get rid of them now? You could hold on to them.
Yeah, I
They're with
mean,
you.
I can hold Good Vibes for now, but I might just, I don't know, find a good place to let this all blow over, because it looks like everyone's doing pretty good for themselves. I mean, these hunters, they got a critical success. They're good. All these guys are gonna, for the most part, die, and I don't know if Good Vibes has a range on his hallucinations.
Yeah.
Does he?
You can't really tell, but he's able to affect a lot of things from a considerable distance at the moment.
All right, so I might just find a good place to. I don't know if there's an exit like route here. I might want to be kind of close, but I don't know. Is there a good spot to just kind of like crouch down and hold my guns?
Yeah, I would say that there kind of is. The question though is, do you want to crouch down and hide, or do you want to get closer to the heart?
Oh, might get closer to the heart.
Okay,
Yeah,
that is an
I'll
option.
go there. Yeah, because I think. I mean, my leg hurts, but I can still heal you all right? So,
Yes.
So yeah, I might just dodge and weave and hide and try to make sure Jackie doesn't punch me.
Serpentine.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
let's head out of here, man.
Yeah, you make your way to get further forward, and the rest of the group is able to see that you are heading further in. Now, the rest of the hunters don't seem to want to go further in, which makes sense considering what Granny told y'all, that they were going to carry you to a certain distance, and then they were going to leave. You seem to be getting pretty close to that limit. So does everyone want to immediately split off from the hunters and pursue that deeper path?
Yeah, hunters.
Just for clarification, though, wait? So the Grim touched the canopy and then it screamed and unexisted?
The forest started screaming.
The
not
forest.
not the long neck, the forest. And it screamed in outrage.
But didn't it just like hit the canopy?
It barely brushed the top of its head against the canopy.
What was
Just
up with
barely.
that? Is this the forest like, I'm better than you, how dare you touch me, and then like unexisted it, or what? Like what?
You know, that is a great question.
I
Do you
was
want to
like,
try asking it?
I want to ask it.
Stares at the forest. Sir, if I may ask you kindly, why are you a bitch?
You could absolutely ask Katie to reach out to whatever just proceeded to scream and grab. You could ask her to do that. Do you want to ask her to do that?
I want to ask the hunters around me why they seem to think it's sus.
They refuse to talk about it.
Whoa. Okay. Wow. All right, but I don't really want to put Katie in that position, but she might put herself in that position.
It
go
would
and
not
talk
be
to
out
the
of
tree.
character for her.
She's just moseying along.
Well, I'll go down to where Katie is.
Hi.
Hey, that Grim. I'm pretty sure I sensed it. I would have sensed it, right? Disappearing.
Yeah,
into
you
the
know
forest.
clipped. It's pretty weird. I blame Red Guy
Nope.
probably.
No
No
clipped?
clip.
Why? I thought that the forest was part of the Grim.
Well, I mean, the Grimm are kind of like an extension like of the forest, so it's kind of like from what I can tell at least, it's kind of like if you were your dad, but like also not.
And then why would the dad cease to exist the Grim or kill the Grim?
Well, I mean, either the forest did it, or the Grimm just aren't supposed to like touch the canopy, and like if you touch the canopy, you don't die, you just stop existing. Because it kind of sounded like the forest was offended. But I don't know if it was because of the Grimm or because of what got the Grimm there.
I mean, I think that the forest might not be that great, right?
I mean, I can ask it, but you have to make sure that Jackie doesn't kill me or my good vibes.
Why would Jack want to kill you?
Because I protected the good vibes, and also I think I tried to shoot him.
Oh.
So like, if you promise to make sure that Jackie doesn't bloodlust PTSD on me, that would be great, and I can like sit here and ask. Though I mean, I can also ask good vibes if he knows anything.
I'm not gonna let anybody hit you, okay?
Aw, thank you.
I'll
Or my good
protect you.
vibes, or my child, or my son. Pinky promise. Upside down.
The
Pinky promise.
hesitation.
Upside down. Pinky promise me when if you break the pinky promise breaks you.
Oh. Katie,
I hold out my hand.
I care about you, Katie. And if anything is gonna hurt you, then I'd like to,
Helping me.
to deal with that. But if you're okay and it's okay, then we're okay.
I mean, my leg's pretty bad, but I'm pretty okay.
I did notice that. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
No one can hurt you but me.
Yeah. But you have to promise to protect good vibes too. Because I managed to convince good vibes to be on our side. And since I think this is a sign, because good vibes is part of this forest, and I'm not usually able to talk with the people of this forest. Usually they just want to kill me.
That is pretty impressive. I think it's good that they're on our side now.
Look how cute he is. Look how cute he is. I kind of peeked up my coat. Look how cute he is. Isn't he adorable?
What does he look like?
He is a vibration that he is a radio vibration that you're only able to perceive due to your altered senses, and you are entirely sure that he's giving you a headache simply by existing and staring at him too hard.
He's so cute. Protect him with your life.
I just like hold her shoulder and say, because they're on our side, I'm totally fine. We're good.
Yeah.
I believe in you, Katie. I'll have your back.
Thank you. I believe in you too.
I would probably say during this point in time, hunters like looked at the other hunters and just been like, "Our victory will come one day, but our bloodlust shall be immense, and our suplexes are great for the falling of the Grim all around us." Well,
He's
technically
so
their
drunk.
dust is all around us, but we've killed many. Good job, everyone.
That guy
Okay.
is so drunk. Yeah.
You said you wanted to contact, right?
Yeah.
I will tell you right now that if you follow through with this, it is an immediate critical success.
Oh,
Oh.
sweet.
Do you want to do this?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
Lynn and good vibes with my back.
Okay.
I'll watch her.
All right. So you make contact and you reach out and you can feel your energy, your aura, your soul reaching out to contact this thing. And you feel it brush up against the edge of the forest and your soul reaches out past the canopy. You roll a critical success on contacting the creature. It starts screaming in outrage.
Ooh.
You broke the rules.
Oh,
Ooh.
No one
Oh,
reaches
no.
out past there. And immediately you are going to pay the consequence.
Oh, shoot.
Oh wow.
It reaches out, and like all of the Grim, it tries to pull you up above.
No.
It doesn't succeed. It doesn't completely succeed. It pulls sharply. It's meant to pull Grim. It's meant to grab and it's not meant to grab humans. Humans don't get grabbed like this. But it thinks that you're a Grim, and it pulls.
Oh,
And
no.
immediately, Lynn, you're familiar with the amount of red you see is about ready to make you faint as you are painted in Katie's blood as her entire arm is ripped off of her body.
Oh, no!
And that is where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Twinsies, Jack!
That is so terrifying to watch. Just oh my gosh.
Before we end though, Jack, what the fuck have you been doing since the fucking tree? I'm so curious.
Yeah, what do you
I mean,
see?
he would have been pissed off, picked up the tree, and started moving. He's keeping the tree right now. That is his weapon of rage.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, yeah, you 100%. You get to use that as a melee weapon right now.
Jesus Christ.
So he saw Katie walk away, sighed in irritation, looked at the big Grim, screamed at someone to deal with it, picked up the tree, and started moving that direction.
Did you see Katie's arm get ripped off by the
gosh.
forest itself?
Everyone sees your arm get ripped off.
Shkaboosh. Pink mist,
Oh
baby.
my gosh.
Oh my
That is
gosh.
Man.
horrifying. I've got your back, Katie. I'll watch after you.
You said it yourself, right? You'll make sure no one hurts them.
Oh
And
no!
then you're just standing there, and then bright
No.
red just everywhere.
No one will ever
Oh,
hurt you, Katie.
no.
Oh, thanks, Lynn. Shit.
You knew. You
Oh my
no, sorry. Flip it. You planned this. This is how you planned to do it.
Oh my God.
You told me that you thought it would be really cool if we did like a Helsing Ultimate thing where you got like Grim powers for your arm. Congrats.
Oh
Oh
no!
my gosh.
Did you think I would let you keep your arm?
Well, no, but like.
Jesus
gosh.
Christ. Okay.
Why do you
Oh
think
my
I was
gosh.
very, very specific about asking Lynn, like, hey, how close are you getting to the roof? I needed you to know just how dangerous the roof was. And then you reached out with your soul to contact the thing beyond the roof.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why we keep forgetting that every time you kind of deep dive into stuff, it can really mess you up.
Good lord.
It's I've been waiting for the moment to pay off in order to follow through on that.
Oh, that was horrifying. No.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we are going to be raiding out today, and eventually I'll be fixing my chat, because I have managed to break it somehow, but that's fine. But we're going to be raiding out today to a good friend of the channel who played with us on Lockdown Protocol, I See Violet. He's going to be playing some Cyberpunk 2077, so a little bit different, but also kind of the same with the whole mass murder and loss of limbs. So... But
What
he's a
can I
friend.
say? I have a modus operandi. Sue me.
Yeah, apparently. So we're gonna pop over to see him. I think he's just chatting at the moment. Of course. Okay, hold on. My
Immediately
chat.
had technical issues.
Yeah, my chat decided not to chat, so of course it does. Okay, hold on. Let me fix that real quick. Let me just make it work. Hold on. I swear, folks, I'm better at this usually. Okay. Raid IC.
I swear, folks, I'm better at this usually.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Raid IC.
I swear.
no. Oh god. Okay. Sorry, I just echoed myself. Okay.
Suffer.
Oh, that was awful. That was bad. Why is it not doing my raid message. Give me my raid message.
Katie broke it probably.
Raid.
Oh, it's because the thingy that normally gives my raid messages isn't in my chat. Why? Okay, well, I now know I need to fix that. That's fabulous. Okay, well, we're going to ignore that for now. We're just going to go ahead and raid them. So if you guys are interested in raiding with us, feel free to just join that raid, and we're going to pop over, say hi, and then I'm going to fix all of my crap because, wow, that's a lot that just broke. Oh, hey, my chat is fixed again now. How does, you know what?
Don't
It
question
works. We're not going to question. All right. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you guys later.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Arrivederci.
Bye.
Bye.